Hi, it's Tim from Emerging Indie Bands, and today I'm heading off to Portland in Oregon to speak to Ilima Considine, who is also known as the Sex Bots. Hi, Ilima.
Hi, Tim.
Thanks very much for sparing the time, and I'm sorry I made it 25 minutes late to our interview, but that's how disorganised I am.
We can just say you were caught in traffic.
That's a chap. I like that. I like that. Now, I first wrote about you back in 2013 with a track from your LP, Junksick, I think it was called, which went under the title of The Sex Bots.
Mm-hmm.
But that was your third album. You've been around since the beginning of the decade and seem to be every week coming up with new material. How do you come up with your ideas?
Apparently I have a lot of feelings to talk about. That's just the way it is. I don't know. It took me a long time to realize it, but like, you know, you're sitting around with your friends and maybe you're drinking or maybe you're just, I don't know, sitting around and you get ideas of like, hey, let's make a short film about this thing, or let's make a picture where I'm wearing hands as a bikini, or let's make songs, or let's start a band and we'll call it the Sex Bots because we're not sexy. And like, I guess not everybody, like, everybody talks this way, but not everybody then does it. And all those things that I talk about doing, I just go do, and much to the shame of my family. But I get ideas and then I do them. That's it.
It's very personal music you write.
Mhm. I'm sorry.
Well, no, it's fine. I always sort of appreciate that type of writing, but it must be quite worrying when you first started out. Probably you're now convinced and comfortable with it, but
no,
how do you feel at the beginning of it? Is it?
No, see, I used to pretend that it wasn't me. I used to pretend I was someone else on stage. And actually, leading up to the release of Songs for Jamil, I was incredibly anxious, and my OCD was out of control, because I knew that there was going to be some fallout among my friends about the title, and there was, but I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I was checking locks, I was pulling my hair out, I was not doing so good. In fact, just to record it, I had to say to my sound engineer, like, you know, I've been having a hard time, but I really want to do this, and I put it off like 2 months already. I don't want to put it out any further. So I'm not going to let my anxiety disorder get in the way of our timeline. So what's going to happen is the minute you step in my door, we're going to do a shot together, and we're going to do that as many times as it takes for me to pound this out. And that's what we did. The whole thing was recorded drunk.
Well, I'm not going to say that it comes across as drunk, but what I was going to say, is it all comes across as really genuine material, and that's probably what I like specifically about what you do. And you do things on your own. You also do things with producers and with other people. How do you work out what to do on a song or on a concept or an idea or whatever it might be?
You know, most of it. Almost all of it is done through email, so it's not the normal, like, band drama of, you know, it's been so long since I've had to deal with band drama, and that's awesome. But it's, instead of spending a lot of time talking about the concepts and then berating each other, I will do a demo and show what I'm talking about and show what I need, or make that edit and send it back and say, I had to take out this element that was distracting, and I shortened the intro, and now you see why it makes sense. And so that actually, like, just showing, I think, takes out most of the arguments.
And how do you transfer that to a live performance? Because I know you also spend an awful lot of time on the road on stage.
Like how do I perform? Or...
Well, I'm just thinking that your material is very much drawn from a personal perspective, and as you just described, the anxiety of recording it is one thing. How does that then transfer to a live stage?
I feel
do you go through the same
as an actress on stage, and I'm not just singing. I'm acting out the stories, and it's a terribly personal experience to share with the audience. And so I usually hug people at the end of my shows. Like, go walk around the front of the stage and hug people to be like, okay, like, I know that was intense and intimate, but it's okay now. And people seem to get that. Like, it's not like, like Britney Spears is just, it's like this generic stuff that she doesn't care about, and it's just, the BPM gets you going and whatever, but, like, there's nothing plastic about what I do, and
right.
So it's hard to dismiss it, and it does seem to affect people, but I mean, it's better to feel something than to feel nothing.
Sure. Future plans? What are your, apart from creating something about this interview, I've no doubt we'll have half a dozen songs, because we spoke about gun laws in the UK. And
oh my goodness.
We spoke about British accents. God knows what we didn't speak about. So there's probably a whole load of material. But what's the future plans for, and the projects are now definitively called the Sex Bots, as I understand. Is that right?
Yes. I am planning on staying relatively close to home for the winter and banging out probably 2 full lengths that are will be completely different. When I say close to home, I mean like not playing shows more than like 200 miles away. I don't like driving in the snow, and I don't like being cold all the time. I mean, I did Japan in February, and that was really cold. And, I visited London in January because the tickets were cheap. And the tickets are cheap, but you freeze your bum off. It's like, I was really cold there. And so I'm kind of like, maybe I should wait until spring. I mean, because, like, there are all these great parts of the world that you can totally do by train system. And, just backpack, suitcase, bam. But what happens is that, like, you're so cold. Sorry. Like, at one point...
That's quite a big part of your life, isn't it, being cold? The sound of it.
I actually say this in songs, like, complaining, like, I'm always cold. No, but, like, my resting body temperature, this runs in my family, is only 97.5. I don't know what that is in Celsius. But normal Fahrenheit body temperature is like 98.6. So I'm over a degree colder than normal, so I get cold really easily.
Right.
And this also meant that when I was in school, I couldn't get sent home with a fever. Because even when I was burning up and sweating, it only brought me up to normal. Go back to class. You're fine. I'm dying.
The hardships of life, yeah. Now we know.
I would like to try and do Europe in the spring. I kind of need to get some contacts over there to help me. I do not feel confident in Google Translate for my booking emails. I feel very nervous in that I'm probably insulting a lot of people and not realizing it. But I would like to shoot for that in the spring, and I don't know. I think things are going well. We just had a track licensed for an online ad, which is not like a huge deal, but like it still like makes us feel happy. And I don't know. I feel good.
And on the recording side,
yeah.
Is there anything that we're expecting to hear Is there anything I might be writing about in the next few months as an album or an EP or something?
Definitely. I think the EP of covers will be out before Christmas, maybe even before Thanksgiving if I bother Nick enough. That one I think we're going to do strictly digital, mostly as like a present to all of our Spotify people. So I'm not going to have to bust my butt as much getting that one out, but we're still going to have like really awesome cover art. I already know how it's going to look. I just need to find a photographer crazy enough to let me do it, and borrow a pair of handcuffs. And duct tape. But no, it's going to be great. It's going to have really good cover art, and it's going to sound fantastic. I can actually like leak some demos to you, but I don't want to leak the demos because once that stuff starts floating around, you can never stop it.
No, quite.
So,
and what about videos? Because you mentioned the artwork. A lot of your material also comes out on video, and it's very visual as well as being
every single song. Every single song has a video.
So we expect some more of those.
Yep, there are a bunch of those are being edited right now. In fact, for this EP, even though we don't have final mixes for the songs, we've been shooting videos the entire time, because people have been asking me to shoot with them, and I'm like, what do? We're out of songs except for the ones that we're not done with. But since I work in video and I kind of, you just switch out the audio because the timing doesn't change, and if the timing doesn't change, we can still do the lip-syncing takes. We can still do the cutting. We just switch out with the final audio later, so by the time it's ready, everything's going to be cut. I'm working with some really cool people in Los Angeles, and another filmmaker who I met up for a day and a half while I was on tour in New Hampshire and spent time running around ruins in the woods in like very rural part of the state where GPS didn't work, and all the neighbors have shotguns, and like pretty frightening at times to be like off the road and unable to call for assistance should that be necessary. I was supposed to be a ghost, so I had my makeup done a certain way, and I was wearing nothing but a nightgown, and it's like 30 degrees out, and these hikers stumble upon us, and they weren't sure if I was real at first. I don't know if you've seen pictures of me, so I'm very pale. I live in Oregon where there's no sun. Like British people are pale. So I'm very pale. Like everybody always thinks I'm vegan because I'm no color, and I'm small and sickly. And I'm sorry, but I'm trying. And so there's this little girl in a nightgown running around, and she's awfully pale. And they're like, hello? Are you real? Because the camera guy was like peeing behind a tree so they couldn't see him. And then he came out. They were so relieved. Oh, that makes sense now.
And you know what? The music is even better than this. So, I know you've got to hurry on because you've got, despite all this, you've got.
I have a day job.
15 minutes. You've got something to do in 15 minutes. I know, and I'm really sorry I'm so late.
Okay.
I wish we could carry on, and your laugh is gorgeous. I could listen to that today.
Thank you. I do voiceovers too, if you ever know anyone listening. Mostly video game stuff, but what I really want to do are the dubbings when they translate anime. Sorry.
That's Japanese
cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your Japanese interest.
Yeah. I think I have. I think I would do that very well. Anyway, should anyone listening work for one of those companies? Sorry.
Yes, I'm going to put this up on YouTube, so no, probably best say nothing else anymore at all, really. We'll talk after.
I will send you some of the ghost pictures of me, like, all pale in the woods in a nightgown, and you'll get what I'm talking about, and you'll understand how scared these hikers were when they found me. Like, I'm going
to use those pictures when you send them over to me on this recording, and we're going to finish off with one of your new songs, which is called Your Voicemail. I really appreciate the time, Ilima. Thanks a lot for that, and I look forward to hearing much more. And maybe another time we could spend even more time, because I know, as I said, you're pushed for time. So thanks very much. Speak to you soon.
Yes, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Bye.
Bye.
I think of you. I want you so bad, it's a crime. I want you to know that I'm strong. I want you to think I can do this, but I'm so scared, and it gets harder every day. It's your voice again. It's like kissing a ghost. I can see you still in my mind. I can almost taste you, but I can't feel you. I miss you like breathing. I mean, I feel you all the time. Hey, it's your voicemail again. Can you still feel me? Is this your way of asking me to choose? Please, I'm done.